Melissa here. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. So today I am sitting, if you can tell, on the ground actually I'm sitting on a fuzzy dog bed, but I'm sitting next to my guide dog Gabby, and I'm just petting her and we're having some bonding time tonight. We're pretty bonded, but we have like our moments where we like to sit together and cuddle, so we're having snuggle time. And she's just laying here all happy. She just had her dinner and I'm just stroking her soft fur. And I figured I would do an All About Gabby video. So here we go. This one is going to be the perks of having a guide dog instead of a cane. So basically, if you didn't know, blind people either use a cane or a guide dog. And for 20 years of my life, well, I guess maybe like 17 years, because I didn't really walk till I was about 3, but until I was 20, I used a cane. A white cane with a red tip. So it's like, you know, the usual sort of stereotype for a blind person. And that's what I did. And I can tell you honestly right now that I absolutely hated it. Like, I was not a good cane user. I would purposely leave my cane at home. I would throw it when I was little across the room because I didn't want it. My mom had to make me use it. You know, I would break it on purpose. Like, I was just so bad with my cane. And I'm going to tell you right now why I chose a guide dog instead of a cane and why I didn't like my cane. So, the first perk to having a guide dog instead of a cane is that it really, really helps with confidence. Now, I'm going to explain this issue a little bit right now of confidence. So, confidence, what I mean by that is confidence in traveling. So when I travel with a cane, or when I used to travel with a cane, a lot of times I would have to kind of, well, all the time, I'd have to sweep my environment. So, you know, when you use a cane, you center it and you kind of arc it right, left, and you have to make noise and tap in order to feel where you are, because your cane is an extension of your hand, which is your eye, so you have to feel where you're going. And so a lot of times if I was walking, say, down a hallway at my school campus, I would be hitting lockers with my cane and hitting a wall, and I'd have to stick to one side so that, let's say I had to turn right, I would have to stick to the wall on my right and hit it, so that I knew when the turn was coming to turn with the wall. Does that make sense? So I would literally have to trail with my cane, and it got really annoying and really loud and obnoxious, and everybody would stare at me, and like I could feel the stares even though I couldn't see them. And so like my cane would just make this tapping noise, and I'd have to turn with that, and I'd walk super slow so I wouldn't miss anything. So having a guide dog, I can literally just pick up her harness handle and say forward and tell her right. If I know there's a right turn coming up, I tell her ahead of time right as we're walking, and I kind of motion with my hand, and then she will turn right with, you know, the next right turn. So I don't have to hit anything, smack anything, I don't have to walk so slow. Gabby and I can dash through hallways of crowded people. I mean, she'll take me around them, but it's just amazing, and it gives me so much more confidence in my travel skills. So I absolutely love the guide dog lifestyle for that reason. Second perk to having a guide dog instead of a cane is the issue of companionship. So here's the thing. It's a good issue. So with a cane, the cane cannot be my companion. If I bring the cane to the grocery store, I can't talk to my cane. Well, I guess I could, but that'd be a little weird. And, you know, say, oh, what a good cane. I appreciate you, cane. And I don't have that ability, obviously. I don't have a relationship with my cane. I mean, some people do, I'm sure, but that's just not me. So, a guide dog, my sweet little black lab Gabby here, has been such a companion to me, so that when I go to the grocery store by myself, or the mall by myself, or a meeting by myself, or anywhere, or even when I'm with people, but most of the time when I'm by myself and I'm a little nervous or shy and I don't know anybody, Gabby's right there for me to pet. She relieves my anxiety if I'm feeling it, or she helps me just feel like I'm not alone. I'm always with her. We're always together. We're a team. So I always feel like I have somebody by my side, which I do. And it's just an amazing feeling. And what person wouldn't want to bring a dog everywhere they go? I mean, come on. It's just amazing to be able to bring your sweet furry friend with you and not have to leave them at home. I mean, I would purposely leave the cane at home any day. I'd be like, I don't need the cane. But with Gabby, I never want to leave her at home because she's my friend and I love traveling with her. So that's the second perk. The third one has to do with street crossings. So if you guys didn't know, blind people, you know, cross streets by listening to traffic. Everyone always asks me, how do you cross streets? How do you not get hit by a car? Well, it's because when I'm standing at the intersection I listen for cars, either on my right or left, parallel to me, to see if they're going so that I go with them. Well, with a cane, that's totally fine. I listen the same way, but I have to flag with my cane so I can let people know I'm going. And then when I cross, I have to make sure that I'm listening well enough that I basically have to trust myself that I'm walking in a straight line to the next curb, you know, to the other end of the street. Well, a lot of times I would veer when I used my cane across the street, because it's really hard when you're totally blind. I have no vision at all, no light perception that helps me, nothing. So when I'm crossing a street, to have to guesstimate that I'm crossing in a straight line is very, very difficult. Sometimes I think I'm not veering or I'm going straight, and then I end up like almost in the traffic. So it's just really, really, really nerve-wracking, and of course it takes practice, and I was better at it sometimes than others. But with Gabby, my guide dog, when I pick up her harness handle and say forward across the street, I can trust that she's going to take me safely in a straight line, not veering to the right or to the left, in a straight line to the other side, onto the curb, because her goal is to find that curb to get me up safely. So that is definitely a perk, and I feel a lot more safe with a guide dog than a cane in that way. The fourth perk it has to do with bathroom stalls. Now this is gonna be a little bit weird. So my fellow women will understand this. So when you go into a public bathroom, I'm sure men get it too, but women's bathrooms particularly are very they're like obstacle courses. Like there's so many like doors and little turns and twists. And when I go with my cane into a public bathroom, I often would get turned around and like walk in circles in the bathroom looking for the stall for like a half hour. It was ridiculous until someone had to help me. I just could never go into a public bathroom by myself, or I could, but I would just be roaming around for ages. So with Gabby, it's amazing because I can literally tell her find the stall. And now, they don't teach them this in training, but I have helped her and taught her how to target things. So I can say, Gabby, find the stall or find the door. So she will take me to where the stalls are, and we'll find the big one. Usually it's near the end, and so I'll just look for the big one so we both fit. And then when we come out, I've taught her how to find the sink. So she knows my routine is to go find a sink. And so she'll take me there, I'll wash my hands, and then I just tell her, find the door outside, and she'll take me straight to the exit. So public bathrooms have been a lot more accessible and a lot easier with Gabby. So I know that's a weird thing, but I use public bathrooms a lot because I'm always going and traveling, and so it's been amazing. So today I have 5 perks. So my last perk of having a guide dog instead of a cane, so my 5th and final, has to do with my social life. Honestly, you guys, when I was a cane user, I didn't have a lot of friends. Now, I did have a few faithful friends that I absolutely loved who understood that just because I was blind didn't mean I was, terrible, or I was just different, and they learned how to get along with me. But a lot of times, when people see a girl walking around with a white stick, as people call it, with a red tip, they just kind of see that as, oh, that person has a handicap. And a lot of people, this is just human nature, a lot of people are afraid to come up to someone like that. They don't know what to say. And I get that. I mean, if someone's different than me, sometimes I don't know what to say or how to approach them, but a lot of times that's the truth. People don't know how to approach me with a cane. And, that's an issue with a lot of disabilities. But with Gabby, I feel like, people come up to me all the time, because obviously a dog is a good conversational piece. People say, oh, what a cute dog. I have a dog just like that, or I had a black lab, or I had this, or, they start talking to you. How old is your dog? Where'd you get your dog from? How long have you had her? And I've had so many questions, and I noticed since the day I got my first dog that people talk to me so much more, that I don't feel like people are always staring, or that I'm sort of someone that people want to avoid, but instead I feel like someone that people actually want to seek out and get to know. And because of the dog, I've made a lot of friends. So thank you, Gabby, and my previous guide, because I feel like my social life has improved tremendously. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Those were my 5 perks of having a guide dog versus having a cane. If you are a blind person and you are a cane user, I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing. If that's your preference, that's great. I'm just here to tell you that I prefer using a guide dog, and every blind person has their preference, but I definitely prefer my Gabby girl, and I'm so thankful for her. I'm thankful to Guide Dogs America for giving her to me. I'm so, so thankful for the time I've had with her and the many years we have left as a team. So thank you again for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel and you're interested in learning more about blindness and just more about my life and how I live as a blind person, be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And Gabby and I will see you in the next video. Bye!